This Kartik class 2024, Radha Kundam, and we're discussing Krishna Karnamrita by Bill Thakur, who is also called Leela Shuk, and the commentaries of Ananta Babaji Maharaj. It's a very extensive commentary today, all about Mahabhav, because the verse is depicting Radharani's mood of Mahabhav as a rasa dance. This is text 27. Actually, we have a little bit of 26. We didn't finish. I just remember. Purport, commentary on 26. I'll read the translation for 26 again. So this can be taken in the mode of a sadhaka, or the translation can be understood from the viewpoint of a sadhaka, or from the viewpoint of a Saki in separation from Krishna, like Radharani or any Saki. So they're saying, that person is saying, well, I see the amazing merciful glances of Krishna, who is playful and blue as the blue lotus in the Yamuna. When I hear the loving sound of his flute, the Murli Kali Ninad, which is as cooling as the moon, and when it comes into contact with the Ganga in the hair of Shiva, then if I see Krishna or I hear his flute, my heart will be filled with inexpressible joy. So, continuing the commentary by Ananta Babaji on this verse, he says that basically, from the sadhaka viewpoint, these are prayer of a sadhaka for mercy in the form of darshan. He wants to see Krishna, and if he or she can't have darshan of Krishna, by chance let them hear the flute. Because any contact with Krishna, of course, will be fully satisfying and inspiring. Even if you don't see Krishna, any one of your senses that contacts Krishna will become purified and totally enlivened with spiritual energy and spiritual bliss. So he describes, because, let me see the Sanskrit. Kula Shamatara. Yeah, it says Karuna. The word Karuna is in the verse that Krishna's merciful glance, so the idea of Krishna's glance is merciful, or the idea of Krishna's mercy is a very important aspect of this verse. So taking that idea of Karuna, Ananta is inspired by Krishna in the heart and by his Gurudev to describe the most amazing example of Karuna in the entire collection of Krishna Leela, the whole Bhagavatam. And this one verse is one of two verses that inspired the Brahmavadi, the one who was merged in Brahman, Sukadeva Goswami, to come out of Brahmananda bliss and come back to his father, hear more of the same kind of verses. What is this verse?
Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigansaya payadapyasatvi dehe gatinda trimuchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam brajema.
Who's speaking this verse?
Uddhava.
To Maitreya. Uddhava met Maitreya, and they were both talking about Krishna. And Uddhava, of course, had experienced separation from Krishna, leaving the planet, and later he met Maitreya. So he was in great appreciation of absorption in all Krishna's form and name and qualities. So he recited this verse to Maitreya Muni. And it's in the third canto of Bhagavatam. This is one of two verses that Sukadeva Goswami heard and came back from the forest, meet his father, and hear the whole Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva. Third canto, chapter 2, verse 23. Radha is astounded, overwhelmed, astonished at the extent of Krishna's mercy. He says, "Oh, how amazing that Krishna made Putana witches, gave her the same position as the mother, made her a Datri in the spiritual world. Could anyone else in the creation be as more merciful than Krishna? Can we even think of taking shelter of anyone else?" So because the verse in this verse 26 is about praying for a merciful glance, so Ananta wants us to remember how merciful Krishna is. Even someone came to murder him, he turned his fan up higher speed. That's that one. It's the other one. This is strange light or the light's going. Yeah, I'm all going fast except this one. That one's too fast. Master control, it's so difficult to figure out what 3 fans are.
Okay.
Mystery.
That's the max.
5. It's 5.
He's high.
That is the max.
Okay, thank you. So what are we talking about? The example, greatest example of Krishna's mercy. Because in Ramalila, you don't find such mercy. In Ram is the best form of Bhagavan as compared often to Krishna. But in so many categories, Krishna always comes shining out supreme. Supreme in Ras, supreme, because Ras includes what? Karuna Ras. Karuna is also Ras. So when you say that Krishna is superior in Ras, Vishnu and Ram and all forms of Vishnu, they're all Vishnu Tattva. But who's greater? Well, Krishna is greater because of 4 sweetnesses. He's also greater because of Ras. He's also greater because of mercy and Karuna. Because Karuna and Kripa are major qualities of Bhagavan. Every religion sees God as merciful. And the Christians say God sent His only begotten Son, Jesus, to show us mercy on the fallen souls. So mercy is a big aspect of God, but you won't find any more merciful God than Krishna. Someone comes to murder you, and you move him into your house. Buddha lived in Gopal. He lives right now. He has a ruin in Nanara's house. He's a nurse. He's maintained by the king. Like Krishna, I remember you. You're the one that came to kill me. He hasn't put poison or drink or something, He doesn't have any revenge or any idea how to get back at Putana. Someone comes to murder you, and you give them everything. Give them eternal life, eternal bliss. You disguise yourself as a mother, okay, good. Become my mother. So, the Ananta's comments. And after 6 days of birth, Krishna offered Vatsalya Rati to demoness, to Rakshashi Putana. And by this, Krishna made the Vaishnavas thirsty for His mercy. Krishna is an limitless ocean of mercy. Can anyone imagine what degree of mercy and amount of mercy a loving devotee can expect from Krishna? The idea of the Putana story is to be remembered. As Uddhava's remembering Putana's story in separation from Krishna after he left the planet, so we're also separated from Krishna. And the only thing that's going to join us to Krishna is what? Mercy. The missing link is mercy. We're doing everything. We're chanting, we're singing, we're doing puja, we're doing everything. But we're not getting it. We're not getting darshan. We're not getting liberated. We're not getting praying. Because all that only comes by mercy of Krishna. It's His frame, it's His world, it's His mukti. So unless He's pleased and picks us out and chooses to put love and prema in our heart and bring us to the spiritual world and give us a save over there, we'll never get there. So everything we can depends on mercy. That's why in Hindu Dharma, the constant phrase everywhere is Guru Kripa Kevalam. Because all God's mercy begins with His representative. Every religion on the planet, God has a representative, right? Muhammad, Jesus, whoever. Guru. Guru is the mentor, is the representative of transcendence. So that Hindi phrase, Guru Kripa Kevala, means only by Guru Kripa. Only the key word here is only by mercy we attain spiritual perfection. Only by mercy we go to the spiritual world. Only by mercy we can attain praying to enter the spiritual world. Only by mercy we attain a praying-filled spiritual body to serve Krishna in the spiritual world. So therefore, mercy and behavior are related. Because mercy is something you don't generate on your own. Mercy means getting something you don't deserve. Mercy is not, do these 10 things you get mercy. It doesn't work like that. You may do nothing, get mercy. What sadhana did Putana do? None. She knew any sadhana bhakti. She came to murder. Murdering Krishna is not a form of sadhana. It's not Shravan Kirtan. It's not some wild kind of kirtan or something. You get so wild a kirtan and murder. It's just totally adharmic. There's no bhakti, no dharma there at all. So her behavior was abominable, but even her bad behavior, Krishna still gave her mercy. But generally, if we behave properly, if we want the mercy of someone, we should please them. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want someone to be kind to you, be merciful and give you something. If someone has something you want, how do you get it?
By pleasing them.
By pleasing them, by bribing them, by doing somehow getting their favor. Beg, borrow, steal, get that mercy. Get that mercy. It's like Mahaprasad. Mahaprasad, the word prasad means mercy. So when it comes to prasad, we have a common phrase. You can beg prasad, you can borrow, you can steal prasad. This is a very common thing. Like someone saves a plate for a sanger's on the way. And he saves plates for a devotee on Sangarsan, comes back and got a plate of prasadam. And some other bhaktas in the temple is real hungry. Oh, what's this plate? Oh, it's Krishna's mercy. So he eats the plate, and the guy goes back to Sangarsan. He said, hey, Krishna, where are you saving a plate? Yeah, I saved it. It's in the prasadam under another plate. I didn't see it. Oh, let me see, I'll show you. Oh, somebody in the temple ate it. I know, I had experience many times. All day, nothing to eat, come home, and still nothing. So the devotee is saving the place, oh, Krishna's mercy. This is Krishna's mercy too. You better make sure you save it better tomorrow. You get 2 tomorrow. So, Krishna, a loving devotee can experience the ways of mercy in Krishna's glances. Every day we see our Murti, we're looking at him, he's looking at us. Who looks better? You have a competition? I look pretty good. Well, not as good as me. So, we're looking at Krishna and we're praying to him, Krishna, please be merciful. One day, imagine what Krishna said. Just imagine, you're targeting. But every day you go before you're targeting and offer all these prayers. Krishna, give me this, give me that. You know, please make me pure, please give us me in love, please give us me Rajavas, and all a long list of stuff. So then one day, and he never says anything. You don't hear any word, he doesn't say, okay, okay, check. Yes. Whatever you say, yes, I'll do. I'll give you everything. So he never said anything. He's quiet. You're talking every day. He's not saying anything. He's just listening. All right, you know. We've been worshiping for 25 years, asking for the same thing every day. For 25 years you're doing puja. After you're doing puja, you offer prayers to forgive your offenses. You offer prayers to me to forgive your offenses. Okay, I forgive. Then you say, okay, by the way, can you make my wife peaceful? Can you give me a raise and pay in the job and this and that? So you do that for 25 years and everything stays the same. So imagine, one day you finish your list of requests. Krishna says, look, buddy, every day for 35 years you're asking for all this stuff. Just relax. I already know what you want. From the beginning, I know what you want. I know what you need. I got it all taken care of. Relax. Just sing and dance. Be happy. Stop being all so nervous and so worried about everything. Just carry on. Success is guaranteed. So we're hoping to hear that from Krishna. I think we'll hear that the day we stop asking. The day we stop asking Krishna for anything, that's the day Krishna will speak to us. Think about that. You just do puja, pray for forgiveness for offenses, and just go on your day. Krishna. My hair's clean, my hearing great. Radha, is this guy okay? This guy gone crazy? Didn't pray for anything? Didn't ask for anything? No, I don't know, maybe he's got COVID or something. Radha, I think he has COVID. He can't think straight. He's too worried about his sickness. So, the third song, now the purport finishes because the verse is about, if I can't have your darshan, at least let me hear your flute song. This is what the devotee is praying for, or maybe Radharani yourself is praying for. So now, Ananta Babaji describes the flute. The effect of Krishna's flute depends on the type of prema that's in the devotee who hears it. So he said, Murli Kali Ninad. Ninad means special type of sound, special type of raga and tan and beat and special flute song. Is full of pastimes of love played on Krishna's Murli. How big is the Murli flute?
1 meter.
1 meter long. So what is it, high sound or low sound?
Low.
Very low. So this phrase about the flute in this verse 26 means, when will Krishna's flute song that is full of amorous sports give me inconceivable bliss? Krishna uses Murli to call each individual gopi by her name. and he jokes with her. The poet has received this realization and is asking, when will Krishna's flute call me out to enjoy pastimes with him? Kavi Karnapur in Ananda Vrindavan Champa, chapter 17, has described the two major effects of Krishna's flute. There's two effects of Krishna's flute. Anyone have any idea what they are? Huh?
Immobile object start moving and moving object gets
That's an effect, but what's being listed here by Ananta, there's a selected group of listeners. Krishna plays the flute. Only a selected group of devotees can hear the flute. And the second effect is, depends on who hears it, the sound of Krishna's flute arouses different feelings. So it influences different types of listeners and creates different types of feelings. So now the first one, selected listeners. Although Krishna's flute attracts everyone, sometimes by Krishna's will, only certain people can hear the flute. When Krishna plays the flute, when he calls the birds, cows, or other animals, or some particular goat, only that person that he's calling can hear it. In other words, Krishna sometimes wants to have some deers come and play with him, some deer. So he plays the flute, and so no gopis come, no birds come, only deer come. Because the deer hear that song of the flute. Say, oh, that's our song. That's a deer song. That's Krishna calling us. And sometimes Krishna calls the parrots because he wants to get some information. Because Krishna's parrots are his spies. So he doesn't see them. Because you can't see a green tree, a green bird merged in a green tree. So they're not singing, they're sleeping. They ate too much Mahaprasad. The parrots are sleeping. He doesn't know where they are. He wants to wake up and find out what's going on, get the report. So he plays a song on the flute only to call the parrots. So the parrots come. Hey boss, what do you want? The parrots come. Hey boss, what do you want? He said, listen, go fly around, find out where we're on you. The parrots are like drones. Sukha drones. Parrot drones. Krishna stays in one place and they go all fast. Say, oh, Radharani, she's in Mansarovar. On the other side you want her. Really? Okay. Call the boatman. So the parrot goes down. Boatman's on the other side sleeping in the mud and wakes him up and brings the boat over to Keshi Ghat. And Krishna gets in the boat and crosses Keshi Ghat to go to Mansarovar. The parrots are very helpful. So he plays the flute to call them. And only the particular devotee that Krishna calls with the flute can hear it. When Krishna calls Radharani, who hears that flute song?
Radha.
Well, who else?
Manjaris. I think so.
No, they don't hear it.
No.
They just watch. They can understand Radharani's getting restless. They go out and meet Krishna, so they get ready. That flute song only enters the heart of Radharani. That's like a direct line, special code, 911, They call that number the cops come. So Krishna plays the Murali, the Radha, Radha 108. on his flute. The only rhyme he used. Because he says different things with that line. So manjaris don't hear everything. Some things you manjaris can hear. So now, how does the flute arouse different feelings in the people, the devotees who hear it? Krishna's flute has one more property. It arouses different feelings and bhavas amongst various devotees. The song a devotee gets to hear depends on their particular mood and desire. This is all quotation where Chaitanya Charitamrita was not telling this line, this phrase. When Mother Yashoda hears the flute, what is Krishna's flute saying to Mother Yashoda?
Give me back this.
Yeah, you're good. You're in Balya Bob, so you're going to understand. Balya Bob means a baby Bob. Give me butter. Maybe also, I don't know. Give me butter or give me burfi? Which one? If you're a Christian, it's butter. Your devotee is burfi. So, when Nanda Maharaj hears the flute, what is the flute telling Nanda Maharaj? Yeah, but no, it's telling, please wait, no. Nanda used to make it sound like Nanda's playing the flute. He said, bring my shoes. When Krishna's playing the flute to tell Nanda, please wait, Nanda, I'm about to bring your shoes. And just now coming. You ever heard that phrase? Go to the store and go to the tailor. Ask him to make you a choli or a kurta. He said, be ready on Wednesday. You go there on Wednesday. He said, just now coming. It'll be there Friday. Well, I'm leaving Thursday night to Germany. Oh. What's your address? I'll ship it to you. That won't do. On now. Okay, come tonight. When Radharani hears the flute of Krishna, what is the flute telling Radharani? What?
Come to the Kucha Purati.
Yeah, get out of the house. Come out of the house and meet me. We mentioned my friend in Delhi. He ended up marrying the girl next door, literally. His house and her house. And so he saw her and he used to see her sometimes. She was older than he was, so he didn't go to the same school. She was older. But he was like what he saw on the other side of the fence. And so he lived on the first floor, she lived on the first floor. So he used to take little stones and throw them at the window of her room for his veranda. And then sometimes she would what is it? She would come out and look at him and hide behind the curtain and look at her, you know. She would go on for weeks. So one time you took a stone, tied a knot around it. He said, it's your next door neighbor so-and-so. I've been throwing stones at your window, trying to get you to come out. But actually I'd like to get your phone number and call you. Can you throw a rock over with your phone number? This is the early form of what's up? Prehistoric time. This is a true story. I know the guy. So then she thought he was a pretty handsome guy. So they had the same feeling. But she was playing hard to get. You know, like, I'm not interested. So she wrote her phone number on a piece of paper and threw a rock over there. and they eventually got married. And I was there to give a lecture at their wedding. Or what are you supposed to say at a wedding? Have fun. Have fun and Hare Krishna. It was all high five. You were a rich guy there. It was like really joke. I felt so awkward. They felt more awkward than I did, but I also felt awkward. What am I doing here? I didn't go to the wedding. I had a party in their house or some function in their house, big house. I went there. But it was good because we became friends and lifelong friends. So there's 3 qualities of Krishna's food. That's right, 3:30?
Yes.
Okay. This is described in a book which you all know very well, called Sangeet Ratnakar. You all know that, right? I don't know.
No.
How to get it? What does it mean? Radha means jewel. Akar, what does Akar mean?
Storehouse. Storehouse.
Must be a jewel-like storehouse of songs, a collection of songs, or a science of singing. He says, the Sangeet Ratnakar says, sound is of 5 kinds. Do you know that? There's 5 kinds of sound according to this book, Sangeet Ratnakar. Interesting, I'll search in Google. Search it, Sangita. See if there is such a book available. Sangeet Ratnakar. 5 kinds of sound. Fine, very fine, strong, not so strong, and artificial. Here we learn 3 qualities of the flute. Here means in this verse, because the verse is about the flute. So this verse describes 3 qualities of the flute. One, that the flute song of Krishna, according to verse 26, of Krishna KARNAMRITA. Is that? Okay, wait. The flute song of Krishna, Murli Kali Ninad, has 3 qualities. The flute song extinguishes passion, is cooling, and is fine. Very interesting. This is cooling as the moon, and it extinguishes one's amorous desires if one hears it, and it's very fine sounding. I thought that was pretty interesting. What do you have there about saying Radha? I didn't see that. There's a book, and you search net, Sangeeta Ratnakar. It's written by Sharangadev. And let's see, with 2 commentaries. This is English edition, is in English. It's one of the most important books on music now available in 1943. It's a Sanskrit book. It's the biggest book about music in Sanskrit. It's very comprehensive exposition. It deals with all aspects of music. Ever since it was written, it's a standard book of music. Very interesting. If anyone's interested in music, should become familiar with this book, Sangeeta Ratnakar. It's in English also translation. That's really good. On all aspects of music, music theory, music, this book is a great resource book. That's interesting enough. Oh, yeah, well. You should remember this if you ever say, oh, the book is not in English. My introduction is English. The book is in Sanskrit. Well, learn Sanskrit and learn music and get the book. You got a 20-page introduction in English, but the book is in Sanskrit. I scrolled where the book starts. That's a typical Indian book, yeah. Big, all these sort of English, and the 25 pages, the next 500 pages of Sanskrit. The last sentence I read in English. It would be nice if in the future someone translates this book into English. The last sentence I read is a 20 pages introduction. I was very curious. I thought that was the main. Because Ananta Babaji is a scholar. He has a huge library over there. There's a lecture hall. Above the lecture hall, there's a library. His living quarters were upstairs. There's a huge library. You got thousands and thousands of Bengali and Sanskrit books there. He would go back and forth in his room to the library. He lived in the library, reading and researching. Really, vast library. Because every time Babaji dies, his book collection is donated to Ananta's library, called Sri Chaitanya Library or something like that. So the collection keeps increasing more and more. All ancient books. Because Babaji's are always, many of them are scholarly and always try to get their personal collection of books. So that's the verse 26. Now we have a new verse, 27. Where's where I'll start? This verse, according to the commentary by Krishna Kaviraj, was heard by Vilamangala Thakur absorbed in Sakhi Bhav. In other words, he entered into meditation. In meditation, he had a spurti, he had a vision of Rasa Leela and Krishna leaving Radharani and Gopis. And Vilamangala Thakur in a Sakhi Swarup, in the form of Sakhi, was standing next to Radharani, and Radharani spoke this verse, number 27. So in this verse, Radharani is in a state of Mahabhav, intense love madness and separation. Adhiram alokitam Archachopitam gatam shagambira vilasamantaram. Amandamadlingitam akalon mada sritam te nath vadanti gopika. Radharani said, "O Nath, the gopis are describing to me your fickle glances, your tender, witty talking, your very slow walking pace, which is made graceful by the swell of your deep passion, your eager embraces, and your fickle, agitating, intoxicating smile." So the idea is that Krishna left the gopis with Radharani, then he left Radharani, then the gopis were searching for Krishna, and then they found Radharani also left by Krishna, and then Radharani was practically unconscious, feeling separation from Krishna. And the gopis spoke to Radharani different verses about Krishna, and she replied to them like this by this verse number 27. So that brings us to the commentary. Radharani is feeling intense lamentation. Unfortunately, the translation in this verse in Ananta's book, is English translation is not correct. He's missed the point, so I want to repeat it. Because it says, Sritan Chate Nata Vedanti Govika. Vedanti Govika means the Govi said, the Govika said. So the Govika said who? That idea, concept is clearly missing. The translation is totally off. They don't understand who's speaking. Because remember, whenever you discuss a verse, you always have to ask who, what, when, where, why, and how. You know, who's speaking to whom. So that's why it's good to have a few translations. So this verse, this translation sends you in a completely wrong direction. So you have a book that doesn't have a commentary. If you want to understand it, you should ask these questions to clearly understand who is speaking to whom, to understand how to comment or how to understand the verse on your own. Because if you just read this book, you get the wrong idea. Because the purport is indicating the right translation, but somehow the translator didn't translate it right. They translated the Tika right, but not the verse right. They didn't understand the angle of vision of who's speaking to who. Very common thing in English translations. Best to read books in Bengali language, or maybe Hindi or Sanskrit is the best. This book is Sanskrit original. It was Sanskrit and was translated in Bengali by Ananta. The Bengali edition was translated in English by his disciple in Bombay. So Krishna's Kaviraj gives us the inner meaning. In this verse, Radharani is lamenting in separation from Krishna. At that time, the gopis spoke such verses from Gopi Gita. Radharani had fainted in separation. She was unconscious. So once Saki took Krishna's flower garland, held it under her nose. Immediately, Radharani came to consciousness because on that flower garland, why did Radharani come to consciousness? What was my question? Why was Radharani unconscious?
Because of separation from Krishna.
The separation from Krishna. When was it?
Before Rasa Leela, Krishna disappeared.
Before the beginning of Rasa Leela. Who, when, what? So when the gopis put Krishna's flower prasadi mala underneath Radharani's nose, she was unconscious, lamenting in the pain of separation from Krishna. It's called Vira Agni. she was burning in a fire of separation. But that fragrance, that divine fragrance of Krishna's transcendental body, which has nothing to do with the kind of flower garland that fragrance was on, because the flower garland had its own fragrance, but it picked up the divine fragrance from Krishna's body from hanging around Krishna's neck. So that fragrance, not of the flower garland, but of Krishna's body, entered Radharani's nose, and she woke up. And what did she say? She said, Sakis, you're telling me to stop thinking about, you're telling me all these, you're speaking all these things in my ear, to stop thinking of Krishna. However, you gopis are driving me crazy with all your songs about Krishna. Just tell me, what can I do now? Please stop singing such songs. So this is Radharani's response to Gopi Gita. Shut up. Gopi Gita is highly glorified. Gopi Gita, chapter 32, 10th canto. And Krishna's Maharaj is saying, Radharani said, stop it, I don't want to hear anymore. Radharani is expressing her loving sentiments in hundreds of ways. Her bhav changes with every situation. While Radharani is speaking like this to the Sakhis, her divine madness increases. So this section describes how Radharani becomes so mad in separation from Krishna that she sees Krishna. How does she see Krishna? She had a vision that was Radharani separated from Krishna. Krishna's not there, she's with the Sakhi. They're trying to comfort her. And in that separation, she goes unconscious. They speak Gopi Gita, and she's unconsciously hearing Gopi Gita. And then she's so unconscious, you put a flower garland on her nose, she wakes up. And then she said, what are you talking about? Shut up. I want to hear all this Gita about Krishna. And then she goes into a deeper state of madness, becomes semi-conscious, unconscious, has a sporty, which is a vision which seems almost real. In that vision, it's not really happening. She sees Krishna in her vision, and she's looking in the chest of Krishna, embracing him in the kunja. And she sees in Krishna's glossy blue chest, what does she see?
Herself.
She sees another Sakhi in the chest of Krishna. She thinks it's another Sakhi. She becomes very angry, enters a state of mind. Man, how dare you? You call me out to the kunja, play your flute, and call me to the kunja. Right in front of my eyes, you're embracing another Sakhi right in front of me. This is called Divya Mad Mahabhav, transcendental divine madness and ecstatic love. She sees her reflection in the shining chest of Shyam, and she becomes jealous and angry, thinking that Krishna called another gopi before her into the kunj, and right in front of Radharani, Krishna embracing him. When Krishna was actually, the truth of the matter is, Krishna was embracing Radharani, and she was seeing herself in Krishna's head. That's quoted here. I have come here because I heard of your good qualities. Oh, my beloved, please accept me. So when Radharani heard the gopis glorifying that Krishna, she didn't want to hear anything about him because she knows Krishna through and through. It's it's like a 8-page purport commentary. It goes on and on and on. Imagine writing a commentary like this. Mystery and bliss. Srimati said, "O Nath, why is Radharani calling Krishna Nath?"
Angry.
Anger. When you're angry with someone, you start calling someone official. Your husband, you usually call your husband honey. When you're angry, you say, "Hey, Mr. Smith." I think maybe you married the wrong person. You call him honey pie. Call him, whatever you call him, go to him or whatever. But now you say, "Mr. Smith, you sure you married the right person?" He said, "Mr. Smith." So calling Krishna Nath is like you calling your husband Mr. Smith. Nath means the control of the whole universe. Jagannath, you ever heard of Jagannath?
Yes.
That's all Aishwarya Bhav, majesty, power, omnipresent, omniscient, all-knowing God. Hey Nath, oh Nath, that's the verse, because the verse says, "Oh Nath." Radha is saying, "Oh Nath." This is showing distance and separation, calling Krishna Nath. The gopis that are constantly praising you in Gopi Gita, they are inexperienced. They're like newcomer lovers, I'm an old veteran. I know about your ways. I know your evil ways. They're inexperienced. They don't know your true character. Therefore they praise your cruel, impatient glances as, quote, attractive eyes like the Kunzan bird. They glorify your eyes. They're so beautiful. They steal the beauty of the lotus in the lake in short season. These gopis are foolish. They don't know how cruel you are. I have forsaken everything, even name and shame, fear and family honor, and taking your shelter, and you don't even glance at me one time. How can they gopis glorify such eyes and compare them that too with a pure lotus flower? This only declares and proves the gopis' ignorance. Gopis are glorifying you for those nasty eyes, those evil eyes, those cruel eyes. They're saying they're like lotus flower. They're crazy. They don't know anything. I know the truth. That's called hot mama. That's called danger woman. Watch out. She's like a road sign. Danger ahead. Watch out. Road construction. Danger. Proceed at your own risk. Proceed. Go drive your car forward at your own risk. Because the road's full of holes may fall over, fall in, cave in. You can fool some of the gopis some of the time. You can't fool her any time. So she's letting, when she gets Divya Mahabhav, Krishna should stay far away. And he does. The kings used to have special rooms for their queens. When the queens get hot, where do they put the queen? Cope Bhavan. Every palace has a dining room. Every palace has a bathing room. Every palace has a royal jewelry stock room, a milk room, a kitchen. Many rooms in a palace. And there's always the queen's bedroom. the queen's dressing room, the queen's sitting room, the queen's palace. There's always a cope bhavan. What's that? The queen's angry room. You go to palace in Ajmer, Jaipur, anywhere palace. If you want to, always a fun room to see the cope bhavan. There's nothing in the room except walls on the floor, a window with bars on it, so the queen doesn't jump out. Out of anger or frustration. I'll get back at you. She can't even opt out for suicide. She hit her head against the wall. There's nothing in the room. Just crouches on the floor and cries and kicks the walls, kicks the door, and shouts and screams for a few days, and then the servants bring her food and water. Open the door, put the food, and lock the door again. It's kind of like jail. And after a few days, the king comes. Opens the door. He said, "Are you okay now?" He said, "Yeah, okay. I guess, I don't know. I was never a king, so I can't tell you. I was never a queen. I wasn't so fortunate. Some of you were. You go to Brigham, I'll tell you. You go to Brigham, I'll tell you your last life. I went once with like a bunch of Western Road, and there's like ladies and gents, went to see Brigham. Every girl was there. Last night, you're a Rajasthani queen. They're all queens. I said, wow, you guys, how you became so poor and so ugly in this life? You're a wealthy, beautiful queen in the last life. You believe that? Yeah, I gotta hang on to something, man. My present tense isn't so glorious. Well, I was a queen. I was very beautiful. Okay, live in the past. Most people do. If you're a man, they'll say, "You're a great devotee. You're a guru. You had a big ashram." So much stuff like that. Let's finish this conversation. So now Radharani speaks Arja Jalpatam, means Rasa is a type of Chitra Jalpa. So Radharani says, "Krishna, you are a cunning fox." Can you imagine? You should retire your husband. You're a cunning fox. Your husband's like a big guy, Bob. Should we get a free ticket to Radha? She'd be in London. You're a cunning fox. And what's that? It's a meteor. It's a rocket ship. It's a Russian missile. Now it's Rasa Sundari. Here I have forsaken all shit. No, you're fine. You say one thing and feel something else. I think the person I'm talking about may think this applies to me. You're a cutting fun. You say one thing, you feel something else. Although your words are apparently sweet, they are loaded with conspiracy to murder women. Just as a hunter attracts a deer by playing the flute and then mercilessly kills it, your words are sweet, but laced with poison. As soon as you were born, you killed that poor maiden Putana. Maiden. Therefore, you took a vow since your birth to murder girls. You think it's your birthright to murder women. Your desire to kill all members of the opposite sex is increasing day by day. Now, days are all... Now, all the soft words uttered by you are nothing but traps to kill women. The gopis are innocent. They don't know anything. So they are happily singing your glories in Gopi Gita. This is Radharani's response to Gopi Gita. Pretty wild, pretty far out. Gopi Gita is like, Radharani saying, everyone glorifies Gopi Gita, everyone sings it, showing Brajvasi Brahmins sing Gopi Gita with all kinds of musical instruments. 10th canto, 32. KARNAMRITA, Taptadivanam, Jai it's a beautiful song. Radharani says, nothing doing this guy. So tomorrow we'll find out what is the definition, why Radharani is calling Krishna cunning fox. Stay tuned tomorrow. The episode on Cunning Fox, Part 2. Jai Jai Sri Radhe.